Hey guys, welcome back to another track guide, Hotlap and setup video. This time we're at the Francorchamps circuit in Belgium. Just before we get into this one, I am hosting a 12-hour charity event for the Meningitis Research Foundation, marking 20 years since my cousin's passing at just 5 years old. I'm still looking to raise money to give back to that charity that helped my family so much during that horrendous time. I'll leave the links below in the description if you want to take part. It'll be on a set course competition on PS5 only. If you want to take part, let me know and I'll send you a link to the Discord as well. Looking to get up to 26 drivers ideally, but the links will be in the description for that one. So let's get into this one then. So starting your lap, you want to be over to the right hand side, short shift it to third to get a better run, because just here there's a bump in the track. You can see it there. I don't know if you can really see it, but there is a bump in the track which means you can lose traction quite easily out of this corner. I expect there'll be quite a bit of mistakes made just in this one part, so don't throw your lap away. Third gear for this part of the circuit, and sort of balance between full throttle and just sort of levitate full throttle until you fully get over this. If you really get a good run, you could just take it flat, but other than that, third gear. So starting the lap with the DRS open, down into turn one then, so your braking point is just before this 100 meter board. If you take the 100 meter board, you can brake at the 100 meter board, but I prefer it slightly before, ever so slightly before. So turn one then, going down into either second or third gear. Third gear preferable, is more preferable. Get on this apex here, and then you can get on the power nice and early then. If you want it, you're going to be flat all the way down. Get it nice and tight to the wall on the right hand side, and then I'm going to be tackling this bit a ruse. So we'll take a nice early entry in to open up the right hander up the hill. So be all over this curve on the left, and then throw the car in. Just kiss the apex on the right hand side, and then straighten up, and then just kiss the apex on the left hand side, and then we're flat all the way down. Keep it nice and to the right as well for the right hand kick. Straighten up then, and just drift it back over to the left hand side. Prepare yourself for the next little sequence of corners. Looking out for the 50 meter board on the right hand side. You can use the one on the left hand side, but it's a bit too, I'll show you what I mean. So if you come up to the 50 meter board, the one that goes out of sight first is the one on the right hand side. The one on the left is still there. So you can see on the right hand side, I'm at the 50 meter board in terms of like the screen. You'll see it. The left hand side, there's still 10 meters there. So that's a massive difference in braking zone, especially when you're coming from the speed you are, and then getting it thrown into the right hander. So just before the 50 meter board on the right hand side is the ideal solution, or if you want just 10 meters before the 50 meter board on the left hand side, if you don't struggle to see that one. So breaking down then into fourth gear, you want to get all over this apex on the right hand side, and the same again for the left. Keep it in fourth gear. Treat this whole section like one corner. The day I learned that, I found tenths of a second through here. Treat it all like one corner, so balance the throttle, feather the throttle throughout. Up into fifth gear, then for the right hander, you can take it more or less flat out. The nail the line then is flat out. And for this next downhill right-handed hairpin, you want to be going down into third gear. Your braking point is, we've just driven past it, start this apex, if not just slightly after. Carry a lot of speed round the right-hander. In third gear, you want to be trail braking all the way in, and even as you're coming up round the corner as well, just to really get the nose tucked in. Just you're about to exit the corner then, so you want to get on the power. Not too early because you don't want to run out wide, but pretty much as the car's about to exit the corner, get nicely on the power, and then get it over to the right hand side immediately to open at the left. The second F1 sign on the right hand side is you don't want to fully brake, you just want a slight dab of the brakes, throw it down a gear, normally fourth, get it in, and as soon as you've got it in, shift up to fifth, and then fully back on the power again. Down into P1. It'll be a 7th or 8th gear for this corner. As you approach the steward hut building on the right hand side, throw it down a gear from whatever you're in. If you're in 7th, then just give it a lift, maybe short shift to 6th, straight back up to 7th on entry though. If you're in 8th, down to 7th, and carry that speed round the corner. Again, a slight lift. If you proper get it right, you can take it flat, but I found if I went in the times I do take it flat, I seem to lose time on the exits, so a slight lift just to get that better run out of the corner. Take a little bit of the curb on the inside here. You don't want to take too much because the car will bottom out and then it'll just spit you off somewhere. A little bit of curb on the inside, and keep it flat out. On the curb on the right hand side, get it back over to the left, and then once again back over to the right, and then drift it back over to the left. This next part is very much like the start of the sector. Treat it all as one corner. So braking zone is the start of the curb on the left hand side, down into 4th gear, carry a lot of speed through here, down to 4th gear, mid to late apex through here, and then we're going up to 5th, and then you're just getting on the power as much as you can. Nearly flat, pretty much flat, fully flat. Again, at the start of the apex, if not just after, for this next right-hander, set yourself up nicely for the straight. 3rd gear or 4th gear on entry, I tend to use 4th. If I need a little bit more rotation, I'll flick it down to 3rd and then back up to 4th. So 4th on the entry, and then get on the power nice and early. Careful not to invalidate, but you need to use a lot of this curve. So you've got the white line just there to find the track limits. You go slightly over that, that's it. Game over, lap's invalidated, or warning is coming your way. So be careful with the exit, but you've really got to commit to it because you're flat all the way down to the bus stop chicane now. So exiting in 4th, nice early turn in. Here, you want to just aim for the edge of the apex on the right hand side. And as you're just travelling down here then, so you try and make it as smooth, most efficient line as you can. Keep it nice and tight. This next left-hander is easy, it's completely flat. So just turn in and enjoy the ride there. And now into the bus stop chicane. I prefer to take a diagonal braking zone here. So I'll start off sort of over here and I'll drift over to the left in braking. 100 meter border just before again is your ideal braking zone, so I tend to brake somewhere around here, drifting from right to left. Just helps get those few extra meters of braking in, but also you're braking late as well, so for me it just works. Down into 2nd gear anyway for the first part. Throw the car in. It tends to stick, so throw it in 2nd gear, and then up to 3rd on the apex itself. Balance the throttle, and then get all over the apex here on the left. Again, we want to be in 3rd because we want that bump there to not affect us as much, and then straight to the line. Obviously during the race you'll be drifting back over to the left hand side to continue. Yeah, that's the track guide. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll probably release like France or something within the next couple of days as well, if I get round to it. Let's try and get every single track done. I need to do Bahrain as well. Tracks that aren't going to be part of my league, but still do track guide for them because why not? So there we are. Get to the Hotlap now, and then we'll get to the setup. Enjoy, guys. Okay, then so let's get into the setup. So 1511 wings, relatively low. It's going to be, there's lots and lots of straights here. You can either go a high downforce or lower downforce. This is sort of medium. But yeah, 1511 seems to be the best balance around here, I find. Transmission 55, 55. I don't like going any lower on this because you tend to get a little bit too much over rotation for what you're trying to achieve. So 55, 55 I find is the best balance there. Top two to the right, and then on the toe out and toe in, 0.04 and 0.18 respectively. Suspension 4113. 8 on both anti-roll bars. Ride height 33, 37. Helps balance the 37 on the rear ride height. Helps balance out the low rear wing that you've got. Brakes 100% brake pressure as always, and brake bias 55% here. During the race you want to move this back to 56 or 57%. And tyre pressures in race you're looking at minimum tyre pressures here. If need be, give it 2 clicks on the top, but minimum all over, ideally. There's the setup, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you next week.